8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, and welcome to EM Publishing's September monthly update. I had to check the date there because I forgot.
It's September.
It is September. So I'm Jessica, the business manager of EM Publishing, and the man behind EM Publishing, Morris, is also here.
Am I behind it?
Well, you've been running EM World for like how many decades now?
Decades, come on. All right, 2.
Yeah, but it is multiple decades.
Right.
But yes, so we're here today to talk about what we're doing in publishing, what we're doing currently, what we're doing in the future. Here to answer any questions, concerns, thoughts, ideas, or feelings that you may have. So we'll be here for the next half hour to an hour. But feel free to jump in and ask any questions. This is quite a casual and informal chat with us to go through what we're doing. We do like questions because it gives us something to talk about. Last month, it was just me here and I was recovering from having a cough, and it was just me rambling for a solid 30 minutes. So this should be a bit more interesting because I actually have someone to talk to. Yeah. So that's
not that I'm interesting, but
well, no, but like
as close as you've got.
You're better than nothing. And if that's not the height of compliments, I don't know what is. But anyway, should we tell people stuff and things what we are doing?
Sure. Sounds like a plan.
All right, well, first of all, I'll start with stuff I'm doing because I'm interested in myself over you.
I know you're doing. Baldur's Gate 3 and nothing else.
That's true. I'm playing so much Baldur's Gate 3 as well. And if you want to hear more about that, listen to Morris's unofficial Tabletop RPG Talk podcast, where I talk about that at length. You could also be playing it because the Mac release is out now as well.
I downloaded it. That counts as playing it, doesn't it?
No.
That's the first stage of playing it.
That's like people that say they play RPGs that just buy the book. I guess it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Two separate hobbies.
I'm playing all of those right now.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. With all your friends.
Oh,
great. Okay. So, first of all, To Save a Kingdom. So fulfillment for To Save a Kingdom, Kickstarter backers, thank you so much for bringing this to life. We did it earlier this year. It has now been fulfilled. So all the books left our warehouse at the end of August or early September. So people kind of are receiving their books. If you're in North America, Canada, Australia, you'll be getting your books around about now. But I think the majority of people have had them. But yeah, if by the end of September you haven't received your book or tracking details, send me a message because something might have gone wrong there. But pretty much we're done with that fulfillment on time.
Yeah, I've seen people in North America saying that they got them. So
lots of people have, but sometimes Canadian customs can take a few extra weeks. But that's why we sent them out at the beginning of September, so they would arrive in September in case they get held up with customs for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So if you haven't received any tracking information or anything that may have gone wrong, and there are about 14 to be exact people who have not given me their address. So if you look and you haven't received it, please check you give me your address because I don't know where you live.
You could just guess.
I could send a book out to a random address, but I don't think the backers would find that.
It'd be amazing if it arrived at the right place, though.
Using my witchy powers, I don't have such powers, unfortunately. But yes, so everyone should have their To Save a Kingdom books, and so that will be going to retail next month because now all the Kickstarter backers have them first. So we're going to start sending them out to friendly local gaming stores. So you can ask your friendly local gaming store if they are getting copies in of it, and they can contact us and go on our website if they don't know where distributors are, or they can get it directly from us. Or if you want to buy it directly from us, it'll be going up on our web store at empublishingrpg.com. Probably the middle to the end of next month. I'm just confirming the date. I just want to check everyone's got their books before I put that on there for Kickstarter backers.
Yes, because we don't like it when books appear for sale before you've got your Kickstarter reward.
Yeah, I like to give Kickstarter backers about a month to have them as like an early exclusive thing, so it feels
and just to make sure everybody has got them as well before.
Yeah, that would be the worst. Like, yeah, I think I've had campaigns before I've backed it on Kickstarter and then
it's appeared in the shops before you got it. Yeah,
and it feels a bit like
it's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah, because I think if you're backing something on Kickstarter, you're doing the publisher a favor by helping pay for the print run and knowing the volumes, and it keeps the industry going, so it's worth doing. But anyway, thank you for Kickstarter backers for backing that one. On its way to you. And excitingly, I just remember the thing I meant to talk to you about before we started streaming, ask you about it later. Anyway, also we have I won't ask you on air, I'll make you say yes. No, also I just remember for To Save a Kingdom, podcast party are doing an actual play based on To Save a Kingdom. They did Memories of Holdenshire before. Really nice podcast, and they do some YouTube videos with really nice artwork and things.
Really,
To
really
Save a Kingdom.
well, aren't they?
Hmm?
They've got really high production values. Like
They do
music
really,
and everything.
yes,
Yeah.
really high production values, really good music. They're all actors that are based in New York. So yeah, it's a really good one there. Yeah, so that'll be coming out in October. But if you want to, I forgot halfway through what I was saying. This is going well. If you want to check out the details of the actual play for To Save a Kingdom or Memories of Holdenshire, if you go to enworld.live, all the links and information is on there in our blog. That went well. Should I talk about something else?
Yes, good idea. Let's move on quickly. Forget that ever happened.
Oh, okay, great. Puzzling Encounters. So we also did a Kickstarter for 5E, Puzzling Encounters, which is one of our usual. It runs for 2 weeks. You get the PDF immediately, and then 2 weeks later we send you the book. So that's what we were doing last month, and we've already sent it out to everybody. So yeah,
yeah, that as well,
yeah.
Short and
so
sweet,
we did that. Short and sweet. It's been sent out, and if you're looking at this, being like, Jess, that was so quick and efficient, I missed out. That will be coming to retail in our retail stores in December time, she says.
Has anyone complained yet that we're too quick and efficient?
Yes,
of course they
because they I won't go into why, but yes, I have had a complaint about that. But in fairness, we are on time, so we are as quick as we say we're going to be, so it's not a surprise. We're not like several months early. But yeah, someone always complains about anything you do. We had complaints about giving away a free product before, so you know.
Yes, we have. Yes.
Anyway, but yes, thank you for people that backed To Save a Kingdom. Thank you very much, and I'm glad that you have received it, even if you're unaware. Also, we've been very busy because What's Old is New starter set, the backer kit, is now open. So What's Old is New starter set is what we were running last month, the month before. Ended in September?
Something like
yes?
that, yeah. Month?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Ended in September. Manufacturing is in full swing. Russ has the sample copy there, so there's a blog post we got up about that. But if you missed out, you can go on BackerKit and pre-order it and be included as a late pledge. And that is available for like the next 12 days. I think it closes on October 10th. So if you did want to get in, and October 10th is the day that cards will be charged as well. So if you have picked up add-ons in that starter set and you were wondering when your card will be charged, that'll be October 10th, which is written on the back of kit. But yeah, so I'm really excited for this one because it's got loads of stuff and things in it, and it was like £25. And yeah, you get all the stuff in it. So you've got all the big maps,
all that stuff,
pictures, and the reference things. So even though I've got the What's Old is New cover books, I'm also doing a new offset print run for the main core books as well. So that's all going on. But yes, if you want to get on that, the backer kit is open October 10th. But if you miss out, you'll have to wait until next year when it comes to retail, because Kickstarter backers first.
Yeah, it's very pretty and it's very nice.
It is. But yeah, so that's everything about kind of What's Old is New. And then we really like starter boxes. What did you say?
What is that? That looks amazing.
Well, thank you for that natural and very
effortlessly natural, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for that. That was great. So we like doing a box set. So we're doing a box set for Level Up Advanced 5th edition, and the Kickstarter is currently live. We've got like 14 days left, so we're halfway through. And I love the concept of this. So Russ, why didn't you introduce the concept? What was the idea behind the starter set?
Kidding. Right. So basically, Level Up is amazing. It's also 3 big hardcover books. And we wanted to make an easier sort of, I hate this term on-ramp because everyone uses it, but it's the right word to use, on-ramp for new players without them having to sort of like fork out for 3 £50 books and then digest like 1,200 pages of information, which is a big ask. So they can get to that. They can graduate.
Money.
But as an on-ramp, we can put out a box, and we did put out a box set. And what this does, it assumes that you know 5e, that you have 5e. So it doesn't replace your 5e core rulebooks like the Level Up core rulebooks do. It works along with them. So basically, you carry on using your 5e books, and then you kind of apply this as kind of like an upgrade to those books. So there's a 68 page, I want to say, rule book in there, which basically tells you what the changes are. I mean, not all of the changes, because we are talking a game with 1,200 pages, but some of the changes. There's and a whole bunch of monsters as well.
I really like this book. I just want to jump in and say, because even though I've got the hardcovers, this is a really great reference book when I just want to quickly flick through, because sometimes you're just remembering a specific bit of the rules. This is great for that. So this is my on the table when I'm playing book.
So if the GM's sitting there with the hardcover books, you can chuck this 68-page book into the center of the table for the players to quickly glance at if they need to, or something like that. That's a really good use for it. So I mean, the two purposes of this is A, if you're new to Level Up, this is a good way to do it. This is a good way to get into it, assuming you know 5e, because it doesn't reiterate the 5e rules for you. Just to make that clear, it's not a standalone. It's not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you need to have your 5e rules. But the other really good use for it, I think, is if you are a GM who has Level Up, really loves Level Up, and is trying to introduce a new group to it. This can be used as a tool to introduce them to it. This is their first step into Level Up. Introduce them with this, and
Baby's first A5E.
Then move on to the big, sort of full hardcover version.
Yes, I mean Memories of Holdenshire does do that a bit as well, because it's an adventure for levels 1 to 4. But the adventures in this book is at 4th level, so it really starts showcasing the system a lot more.
So a couple of people have asked me, like, what's the difference in? Why would I get one over the other? So this is, I mean, it's a bigger product than Memories of Holdenshire. So it does more than Memories of Holdenshire does. So Memories of Holdenshire introduces you to like the first 3 levels or so, and some of the changes to Level Up. Whereas it's just a broader scope. It's got like the pre-gens are 4th level, so you can see some archetype features and things like that. The adventures there. It's just a sort of a bigger kind of step into Level Up than Memories of Holdenshire is.
Yeah, and it's got like the maps and the tokens and like a 3-part adventure as well. So there's and
technically, I suppose you could play Memories of Holdenshire levels 1 to 3. Normally, you go on to slay a dragon, which is level 4. From there, normally. But there's no reason, because they're both set in LSR. You couldn't go onto this instead. At level 4, if you wanted. You just have to go down the map instead of across the map, and then you end up playing this instead of.
That works. Also, one thing I think the bonus for me, because for sometimes when I'm learning a new system or getting other people to play a new system, a barrier to entry is creating your character in the character sheet. But these obviously have pre-generated characters in, and you've been spending a lot of time, energy, blood, sweat, and tears creating the character sheets. So could you talk us through?
Well, to be fair, I'm not creating the character sheets. I don't.
No, you're not.
No.
No.
I am working with someone who's creating the character sheets.
Yeah, it's not just you. There's like a team of people.
Yeah.
But I was just saying you because I've not done anything towards it, so I've not helped in any way.
Yes. So these are 4th level pre-gens, because the Level Up starter set does not contain character creation rules. Character creation rules are like hundreds of pages in the Adventurer's Guide. So it doesn't contain that. So we've got 5 pre-gens in the box. We've got some stretch goals for some more, but we've got 5 pre-gens in the box. Each of them is a 4th level character, which means you get to see a little bit of the complexity of Level Up without going overboard. You get to see some of the archetype features, the people with combat maneuvers, you get to see those and things like that. So you can see a bit more than if they were 1st level. And bear in mind, we are assuming these people do know how to play 5e already. That's our base assumption. They're not learning a new game here. They know how to play 5e. They should be able to look at these characters and pretty much understand how to use them just like that, without really needing the rule book, because they know how to play 5e and it's the same game. So what was I saying? So that's that. So they're 4th level characters. We've got 5 of them. They're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I love these character sheets. They really are very nice. And so we've sort of like rearranged the information on these character sheets as well a little bit. So we've divided them into combat, exploration, and social pillars. So depending on what sort of activity you're engaged in at the moment, it's kind of easy to locate the sort of information that you need. Because I think is it the official D&D characters, they'll sort of go actions, bonus actions, and stuff like that, which I don't think is maybe as intuitive a way to arrange them as
Especially, I think, with A5E, because there's so many like feats and different things that you
Oh,
can
yeah,
do.
and you've got
Like,
more things. Yeah.
if you look at the Rangers exploration section, that's got like so much cool stuff that they can do, and so
Yeah. So this divides it up into those sections like that, and then we've also got like the spell casting section as well. But that just makes it easier for you to sort of like focus on one pillar at a given time. So, okay, we're kind of exploring at the moment. This is the sort of stuff I'll be using up here on this page. That sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. And as you mentioned, so we got 5 come in the box that are just there printed for you to use, but we're also doing stretch goals for a whole host of other ones that they won't be in the box, but they'll be available for you to get digitally online. And you
download
can,
them off. Yeah,
and we'll make them printable as well, so you can print them off and yada yada yada. But we have unlocked 2 of them in stretch goals so far.
Yeah, so ZD
We're on our way.
Wheatling, who is the so ZD Wheatling's got a bit of history actually.
Oh,
She's shown up in various products of ours over the last 20 years.
intriguing.
She's been a superhero.
Right.
She's I mean, oh yeah, she was like ZD Wheatling, was it Halfling Titan or something in 4 Color to Fantasy, which we released back in early 2000s, which is a D20 superhero game. And
Okay.
she was basically super strength sort of stuff. So here, obviously, she's not a superhero and she's not super strength, but she's a halfling who's very strong. So it's the same it's the same character. But ZD Wheatling, and she was created originally by Ryan Knock all those years ago. And she's just a character that just shows up occasionally in our products from time to time.
Little Easter egg for
she's
EM
really
Publishing.
cool, really. She's really cool.
Yeah.
So her and the other one we've unlocked was Varskar, was it?
Yes.
Varskar.
Dragonborn
Marshal. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the next one that will go up, which I think Frank is working on right now because we just unlocked that one.
I do like a Marshal in Level Up. I do want to play that character. The idea of the leader, and because I was watching Robin Caulfield when she played Marshal in the actual play for Starcross Seaway, and it was very cool and interesting, all the different things you could do, which like is different to D&D for me, and just felt like a really nice character.
Dragonlance thing that we did.
No, she's not a
I think she was.
Was she?
Yeah. I think she was.
Is she? Maybe she is. Maybe that's why I'm thinking
I'm now doubting myself. I'm now doubting
Me
myself.
too. Now I don't even know what I was playing. Maybe she was. That makes sense.
I think she was.
Okay, good for her. She's great. We should bring her back as well. She's wonderful. Okay, but yeah, so we have all these pre-generated characters. So the Kickstarter is currently live right now. So you can have a look. I've linked it below. But if you just look up A5E starter box on Kickstarter, you'll find it there. And it's in 14 more days, so we'd love for you to get involved and join in. We also have a retailer option. Yeah. Well, it funded in the first day. So the first day we're like, cool, it's happening. Nice.
Funded in the first hour, not the first day.
Yes. First hour. Well, that's included in the first day, but yes, the first hour. You're correct. Sorry,
of the first day, I suppose.
It is, yeah, but it's more impressive to say an hour, the first hour. So yeah, okay, fine, I'll say that. But yeah, we also have a retailer's pledge as well. So if your friendly local gaming store wants to get some in as well, so if you and a few friends are wanting to get some copies, so to save you on shipping, you could get the game store to do it for you, which is also a nice way to support your local game store as well.
Yeah.
So that's kind of all the things going on there. Maybe shall we do some questions?
Do you have any questions about that?
No.
All right.
But I do have another question.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing now. So we've talked about what we're doing now. So right now, A5E starter sets, what's going on. That's what we're all about. That's what we're wanting to talk about. Please ask any questions about that. But we're also here to talk about the future because we know what's going to happen in the future. We do. And we have a question about the future. So someone said we've mentioned in the past a desire to do books based on different regions. So Japan, a Japanese inspired setting we mentioned. Someone was asking what led you to select that region first and what regions seem like promising runners up.
Japan, just because I've been there. Really? I mean, sorry, there's not more exciting answer than that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And you know, it's really popular, fun type of setting to have. I mean, we haven't actually got that specifically planned, have we? We haven't got that. It's an
idea that we've talked about. It's an idea that we talked about that's kind of on our. So we have at EM Publishing, just behind the scenes, an ideas board for different things that we can develop. And at the moment, we are looking and deciding what projects we are going to develop. And it's depending on, do we have the right people? Because for this
exactly.
a Japanese inspired setting, we would want people from Japan to write it, obviously, and manage it. Because
or these people with Japanese heritage too.
Exactly. So we'd need to have the right team to make that happen.
And that's what we do with all of these regions. If we did, I mean, they wouldn't. We're not saying it is Japan. Inspired by is a fantasy version of, but any regions we did like that were inspired by real world places or history or whatever, we would definitely make sure the right people were working on it.
Because a lot of fantasy is like loosely based on like medieval Europe. It's like, I know it's not in any way historically accurate, just before the historians come at me.
No. Forgotten Realms is like exactly medieval Europe.
Specifically London. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like we have so much of that cultural perspective on that side of fantasy. It's really good to, I think in RPG spaces we're starting to see other things coming out.
Lots, seeing lots of that stuff at the moment.
So for me, one of the reasons that Japan was interested when you mentioned that is like it's not a product I see on the market in the way I want it to. And I think with RPGs generally, if you create something that you want that doesn't exist, hopefully other people are the same. Because when I was speaking to Connor, who did Coyote and Crow, that's what he said why he made it. Because he was like, I wanted a game like this. It didn't exist, so I made it.
That's kind of how it works with me. I assume that if I want something, I can't be the only person in the world that wants this thing. So I'll make it, and hopefully the one other person who wants it will buy it.
Fingers crossed. We'll get at least one customer. At least one customer. But so that was kind of our idea. But speaking of other stuff and things we are doing in the future, so right now we're in full swing of the Kickstarter doing Level Up A5E starter box set, as I mentioned. But coming soon is the Vault of Splintered Souls, which is a mega dungeon. Now, if you are an insider or EN5 IDA patron, you will already have a PDF copy of this, and you'll have this because this was made to celebrate the 500th issue of the Insider magazine, which we do like weekly content for that you can subscribe to. So you'll know what this is, but pretty much we're bringing this to print and the general public, so taking it outside patron backers. And I'm very excited about this. So this will be after the Level Up campaign is complete and kind of wrapped up, and we've kind of tidied ourselves away. So this will be coming out in November. The pre-launch page is currently up and available, so you can click through there if you want to be notified when it launches. So I'll put that link in the chat as well. Actually, that'll probably be a helpful thing for people to click through. Hello, well, thank you for joining us. Please jump in and ask any questions as I see people have joined us. What is up? As we're talking about TTRPGs.
Yes.
Yeah. What is up? What is current question? What is up is that we are running Level Up Advanced 5th Edition starter box set on Kickstarter Live right now, and now we're in the part of the conversation where we are talking about our future plans at EM Publishing and all the new stuff that we're going to be bringing out. So the Vault of Splintered Souls is the next project, and so this is for a mega dungeon designed for A5E, so original 5th edition, but because it's an adventure, it could very easily be tweaked to A5E. Like all 5e content generally, you could, I think, tweak it.
Yeah, you don't to run an adventure in A5E, you don't need to change anything.
Maybe just some of the monster stats and things if you wanted to.
That, really.
Well, you don't have it. Anyway, I really like this adventure. So it's a big so you have this vault that's got 14 levels in, and they've all got different themes and different stuff going on. It's a mixture of combat, a mixture of puzzles. So it's a very interesting kind of dungeon. And what I like is the 14th level is always different, because there's a system using like playing cards, and the shards you collect and your adventure through the dungeon will influence what's in the 14th level. So if you play it with someone else's party, will have had a different adventure and a different ending to you as well, which I thought was very fun, and I like that. So how am I doing? I'm very excited. That's how I'm doing. Thank you for asking, Jordan. So this is what we're doing the next month. That'll be coming out, and as I mentioned before, you can click the link in the show notes to have the pre-launch page of that. We haven't started marketing and pushing that out yet because we're still focusing on the A5E box set.
One thing at a time.
So we're doing one thing at a time, but we had it ready, so I thought I'd tell you folks that are on the ball about EM publishing stuff. A little early sneak preview of it, so you would see. And that's what we're doing this year. But Russ, would you like to tell the good people what we're doing next year?
Yes, he says, looking at the screen to see what you're talking about. Yes.
Well, we're doing many things next year.
Yes, it's like which one specifically? Yes. Okay, so Gate Pass Gazette is in January. So we did the first annual last January just gone. And that was all of the 2021. What year is it now? 2022.
So
it was all the 20. Yeah.
It was issues 0 to 10.
Yeah. So that came out earlier this year. This will come out in January, and it will include all of the Gate Pass Gazette issues that were this year. So that will be issues 11 through to 23, 2, 3, whatever that is. Yeah, and the Gate Pass Gazette obviously is the official magazine for Level Up Advanced 5th edition. Like it comes out monthly with rules content for Level Up, official rules content for Level Up, and then the Gazette annual, the annual compiles all of the issues of that year into one hardcover book.
Yes, and this year the 2022 annual came out in January, and there was many stuff and things happening in the industry then with the OGL crisis, as we'll call it. So that Gate Pass Gazette annual book was a print-on-demand product purely because we didn't know what was going to happen with the OGL, and we're like, let's just get it printed and made before this is illegal, in case that should happen. That didn't happen. Everything's fine for now. But this may mean that if people are interested in the Gate Pass Gazette 2023 annual being an offset print run with the right volumes, that's something we can look to do because we will have more time because we won't. Well, unless something else happens in January next year, but fingers crossed, all being well.
It's going to be an annual thing now, isn't it? Just like every year, some massive industry catastrophe will take place. I
hope not, because that was quite stressful. But yeah, so we could do this as an offset print run, and if we'll do the 2023 and 2022 annual as an add-on as well, and if enough people want that and there's enough to do an offset print run, maybe we can look into doing that as well, because all of the Level Up range is offset print run, made very pretty and very nice, and we're aware of the Gate Pass Gazette ribbon bookmarks, yes, and not just one but two,
multiple ribbons,
yes,
all the
but yes, the Gate Pass Gazette is coming out there, so we don't have a pre-launch page for you, but just so you're aware. Also, Void Runner's Codex. Russ, discuss.
Yes, so this is science fiction setting / supplement more, I suppose, for Level Up Advanced 5th edition. So it is space fantasy, space opera type stuff, Star Warsy, Star Trekky type stuff, and completely compatible with Level Up Advanced 5th edition. Big hardcover book, gonna have new classes, weapons, ribbons. Yeah. I'm not sure what else to say about it at this stage. I mean, it's not a standalone book. You'll still need your Level Up Adventurer's Guide to run it.
Yeah,
because that has the core rules in it.
Yeah.
But it's a big hardcover supplement for Level Up.
Yeah,
you have
so you can
adventures.
So you can genre smash, and it does have starship combat in it as well.
Yeah, so this is pure sci-fi space opera stuff. It's not. There's no magic in it at all. So it's not like one of those sort of crossover magic sci-fi ones. But because it's 100% compatible, if you want magic,
you can genre mash.
You can, because it's the same rules. So you can just grab a wizard out of your Level Up Adventurer's Guide and stick it in the Void Runner's Codex, and it'll work because it's the same rules, it's the same game.
Yeah, just like with What's Old Is New, that you can genre mash away.
Yes, you can do that with What's Old Is New too. Yeah.
Once the Void Runner Codex comes out, will there be sci-fi content in the Gate Pass Gazette?
I don't know. I've been thinking about that, and I don't want to sort of like force people who buy the Gate Pass Gazette because they are into fantasy games and have no interest in sci-fi games to start paying for sci-fi stuff they don't want.
Yeah.
So it might be we might have to do a separate one, but then again, I don't know is the answer. I don't know.
Maybe we could ask the Patreon backers and see what they want.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think I personally, if I'm interested in both, so I'd be fine with it. But if I
Mhm.
wasn't interested in sci-fi whatsoever, and suddenly like 1 or 2 of the articles every month were sci-fi and I couldn't use them, I think maybe I'd be bothered by that. I think. I don't know. But,
We're
we'll work
open
it
to
out. I don't
feedback
know.
in the community. If you would like
Hmm.
it, tell us. If you would not, I'm sure
Yeah,
you will tell us.
yeah. I mean, the potential is maybe a separate magazine, but it depends on how much of an audience there is for it.
Intriguing. But yes, that will be the Void Runners Codex. That's the very pretty cover art there, which I like very much. But yeah, that was originally slated to come out this year, but we kind of moved it back so we had enough time to edit it and make it everything that we wanted it to be and make sure it was ready to go for you next year. And you're thinking, wow, 2 level up books in a year. That should be your limit. You must be done.
Yeah.
And kind of, well, no, it's not, because there's more. But also, we have the Plane Striders Journal coming out in second quarter of 2024.
Yes.
This is the
like
wraparound kind of cover art. We've got a little draft of there.
A manual of some planes, as it were. You could call it. So
what would you like? I'm asking you. I'm being quiet to let you describe it.
Well, anyone who knows what Manual of the Planes is for D&D knows exactly what I just said. But it is a hardcover book which introduces a whole bunch of new planes of existence to Level Up. We are not using the traditional D&D cosmology. We've got all our own exciting, weird, and wonderful planes, and can't remember how many there are in there, but there's quite a few of them in there. Each of them gets its own entry, and there's information on the I think it's called the web ships, or I can't remember what they're called now. The ships that traverse the ships that traverse the planes, and all the sort of weird ethereal spiders that hunt people in between the planes. And I'm busy writing Nolda, which is our version of hell.
Nice.
It's referenced in To Save a Kingdom, but yeah, it's I'm busy writing it at the moment. It's quite hard to do, actually, because what I'm trying to do is like incorporate sort of myths and legends without copying them, so that it'll be sort of familiar, but it's not sort of like this version of hell. It's not sort of like Dante's Inferno. It's not this or that or something else, but it will feel familiar with references, and then we sort of say, lots of different cultures have different legends about Nolda.
Yeah.
Some of them call it this, some of them call it that, some of them say this, some that say that. Well, this is what it's like.
There we go.
Basically, yeah.
There we go.
Anyway, that's just the one plane that I'm writing, but there's
there's many,
loads of others in there too. Yeah.
So loads of stuff to adventure out in your own worlds for your own adventures using A5E.
Yeah.
Also, excitingly, we have Split the Horde, which I've misspelt on the slides because I'm dyslexic. Don't worry, I don't do the writing and editing.
That works too.
If you spill the horde around the play, you'll be pleased to know I don't do writing and editing it and publishing, so this isn't in the books. This is just me writing the titles for the actual play. But Split the Horde is our first board game card game that we're bringing out. It's in like the A5E universe. The idea is you're adventurers, you've just killed the dragon, congratulations, and now you are going to trick, negotiate, steal your way to the loot that you want for your own specific objectives and goals. You will have your character, which has like a particular ability that's linked, so it'll be kind of linked to classes that you're used to seeing in A5E, but it's also a card game, so if somebody's not a role player and just want to play a card game that's kind of like fantasy themed, that can work as well. And it takes about 20-30 minutes to play for 2 to 5 players, and it's coming out next year. And the designer Mark Kenobi is a writer for A5E as well as a board game designer, so he kind of understands both worlds, was able to blend it really nicely. And this is our first kind of venture into board games, so it's quite exciting. So this is the cover art piece, which is very nice. So we've got a really nice artist working on that and getting all the artwork together. It's coming out next year because although the game mechanic side of things is kind of in a good place and done, we want to spend a really long time getting the art right and getting the layout and the rule book done properly as well, because writing a rule book for a board game is very different from writing an RPG.
And also, it's a lot of art because it's a card game. Each card needs a different art. It's a lot of art we're doing for this, so that does take a while.
And it's pretty. So I'm very excited about that. So that'll be coming out kind of the third quarter of next year. So if you're going to the UK Games Expo in the UK, so around convention season, you're going to see this popping around places. So we'll have samples and things like that going out to places. But yeah, very excited for this. Maybe we'll get some little print and play versions for people to have a sneak preview at as well around that time. Maybe. Anyway, that's coming next year. And the long anticipated, the much requested, the very much sought after Monstrous Menagerie 2 is coming out in the fourth quarter of 2024. So Paul Hughes, who wrote the first, led the team. He didn't do it on his own, a lot of people, but who led the project, is leading the project again, and that's well
He's also
underway.
writing a lot of it though.
Yes, he is. But I don't want to just ignore everyone else.
There's lots of people.
But
I think it's nearly finished writing now as well.
Yeah, it's well ahead of schedule for the writing, but there's so much artwork for this as well, which is why we're doing it at the other end of the year, so we can have some really talented artists to work on it, and bring the stuff to life. And this we're really excited about because the Monstrous Menagerie was really well received, and it was really nicely reviewed by a lot of people, and so many people that just use the Monstrous Menagerie for Level Up A5E and their 5e games because it works so well. So you asked for another one, so here it is. I remember we first got asked for this in one of our monthly live streams. That people were like, "When's the next one coming out?" And I was like, "Oh, we best make that then."
Now you know,
And now you know. But yes, that'll be the end of next year. So we'll be doing more promos and things like that. If you want to be notified when we launch these things, we do have a mailing list where you can sign up to just hear about specifically Level Up 5e products. So if you go to levelupA5e.com and click, there's a contact us like mailing list button top right corner. I think it says stay in touch. Says something like that.
Stay informed or something like that.
Stay informed. Something like that. Anyway, there's a button in the top right corner. Click it. You give us your email. We'll send you emails about it, and we won't spam you with it. We don't do it constantly because that'd be annoying. And you can select which products you are interested in hearing about. So if you're like, hey, just Level Up, great. Hey, just what's old is new. That's fine. And that's how that works. But yeah, so that's what we're doing next year. But as well as bringing out all these books, because we're currently working on it at the moment, we're also going to be developing things.
That doesn't sound like us.
But so at the moment, we have a lot of ideas on the board, so we're still discussing internally which projects we're going to invest in, but it will be things for our kind of 3 role-playing systems, so Level Up Advanced 5th Edition, What's Old is New, and Awfully Cheerful Engine. And we're also working on another little game. Would you like to tell us about, Russ?
Space Fight. So this is a tabletop starship skirmish game, designed for 2 to sort of 6 players. Each person has a ship, and you fly around on the starscape on the battle map and avoid asteroids and planets and things and shoot at each other. And it's in play testing at the moment, going really, really well. We're getting quite close to a sort of like initial version of the game, I think. And I mean, it's kind of like my baby. This one is my. I really, really always love sort of starship skirmish type games. Really do. And this is kind of my sort of love letter to them. And it's going to be beautiful and colourful. But also our goal is, because a lot of these starship skirmish games right now, they are awesome, but they're not cheap. And you call these models and all this stuff. We're trying to sort of like make this one a more of an entry point.
Accessible, yeah.
I mean, it's not entry point as in it's really simple or anything, because it's actually a little complex, but accessibility and extendability. So it's really, really easy and cheap to extend it with new factions and stuff like that without having to spend sort of like 50 quid on a box of new Starship minis and all that sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, of course, if you have Starship minis, you could use them with the game, I'm sure. But the idea is that you don't have to buy minis and do all that with it. You can just play it.
The other thing we want to do is hopefully get a third-party market for it by making it open source, so that people can design their own ships and factions and use those in there, or sell those if they want, and they could be used in the game too.
Fabulous.
But
that's what we're.
It's a way off.
It's a way off, but those are the things that we those are the things that we're working on. We have some questions about videos and stuff and media stuff, because at EN World, obviously, we do news and reviews articles at enworld.org constantly, all the time. In terms of media, we do this monthly live stream you're watching every month. Every Monday, we have Not D&D. Every Friday, we have This Week in Tabletop RPG. Every Saturday, we have Morris's unofficial Tabletop RPG talk show. Very long title. And then we also sponsor. Yes, Sean Connery sponsors with us. No, he doesn't legally, just to say. It was a joke.
He's also slightly dead. So.
Is he? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Did you not know? I'm sorry to break it to you.
Oh, I don't know him personally, but anyway. Right. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, we sponsor actual play campaign. Yeah. Oh, anyway, we sponsor actual play campaigns for Level Up Advanced 5th edition. This quarter, we have some excellent people. We have Tales on Tap, who are doing a campaign. We spoke to them. We met them at UK Games Expo, and they were like learning about Level Up, and so that's something they want to use in their systems now. And also, as I mentioned before, Podcast Party are doing To Save a Kingdom Adventure, which follows on with the same characters and actors that did Memories of Holdenshire, which is lovely. And we have had a question about our own actual plays for us, which is a question for you. Any chance of follow up on the Dragonlance campaign for A5E that we did?
There is a chance, yes. Does that answer the question? Yes, we do want to do it.
Yes.
Just finding the right time and getting the people together and arranging it, basically. But yes, we do. I do want to do Dragons of Flame, which is the second adventure in the Dragonlance campaign from the 1980s. So the answer, if we can get everyone together and get the timing right and everything, yes, but everyone is busy. It is, it's like
everyone in the cast is interested and said yes, I want to do this, but it's just logistics. As anyone who's ever tried to arrange a gaming session with their friends knows, anything ever. So we all want to play and do that. We're just trying to get out availability together for everybody, so we can get that stream going. But in the meantime, to tide you over, we do have our current shows available there. And if you go to emworld.live, we have our calendar there, which has all the content we do. So it tells you specifically what's going on. In October for Not D&D, we're all doing kind of like creepy horror RPG things, from big blockbuster ones like the Walking Dead RPG, which is coming up very soon, to like solo horror RPGs, which I think solo horror RPGs work very well, because like you can sit there terrifying yourself with a game. How fun. But yeah, so that's what we're doing with the content going on there. And that, I think, is everything I had planned to say for this month's live stream.
So there was one other question I wanted to answer.
Yes.
Sip Humor. Could you talk about the new classes coming in the VRC and what makes them stand out? And as it happens, I can talk about the new classes. I'm going to do this really, really quick, though. I'm not going to go into detail.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, there's a whole new set of core classes in there, sci-fi classes.
Yeah.
So I've got to try and remember these now. So we've got the Trooper, who's kind of like the soldiery warrior type. We've got the Scoundrel, which is kind of your Han Solo-y smuggler roguey type. Nice. We've got the Scion, who's your psychic type. We've got the Star Knight, who is definitely not a Jedi.
No, that would be illegal.
And what's the last one? The Scientist is the last one. Who can do a whole bunch of different things. It's kind of like almost like a sci-fi sort of wizard / cleric, in the sense that they can do a whole load of different support stuff and all sorts of things. So that's the new classes in there, and obviously there'll be some new heritages in there. There's there come about many, sort of 5 or so new heritages in there as well. And yeah, that's the answer to that question. There we go.
There we go. And cultures as well, obviously. So class, heritage, culture.
Yeah, all that stuff. All that good stuff.
All that good stuff that we know and love. And it's a photon saber or a light blade. It's just not a lightsaber.
Yeah, what do we call it? I think we call it a laser sword. I think, but I'm not sure.
Yes.
I think that's what we do with.
Something that's not going to get us sued by the Disney Corporation. We have healthy respect for the mouse. And that's everything, unless anyone has any other questions. If not, if you are watching this after the live stream, you can obviously send us any questions that you have via our website or on our socials above, where we are EN Publishing RPG or EN Publishing. We also have our Discord, which is linked on our website, that you can go if you have any burning questions. We're quite active on there. Myself and Russ, and we'll try to answer. And if you want to know specific dates for when stuff and things is happening for various product lines, on enpublishingrpg.com we have our mailing list, so you can sign up to hear about whatever products you want the latest news and information on. But I think that is all from us this week. Thank you very much for coming along and listening to us prattling on. And thank you very much for supporting us as an indie RPG publisher. I'd love it if you go and have a look at A5E Starter Box, because we're really proud of that product and are really excited to get more people playing A5E. Yeah, I think that's all from me. Is that all from you, Russ?
Yep, I'm off to carry on running my to slay a kingdom? To save a kingdom. Don't slay the kingdom.
Oh,
Slay
you're
the
trying to
dragon.
slay it. They're trying to save
Save
it.
the kingdom. Save the kingdom campaign. Now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Fab. Well, I'll let you get off and enjoy your game. Thanks very much, everyone, for watching. Bye. See you next month.
Bye-bye.